I wish all my doctor friends a very happy Doctor's Day. If there is one disorder which can be called as complex, bewildering, impenetrable, recondite, and demanding, then surely this must be autism spectrum disorder. Now, why do I say so? Because symptoms often don't manifest fully until the social demands exceeds the child's limited capacities, or they may get masked by learned strategies later in life. For example, late boomers may simply talk later than the neurotypical peer. Older children may learn to script conversations or force eye contact despite intense discomfort, thus masking the underlying autism spectrum disorder. This is precisely why all children between the age of 18 and 30 months should be universally screened for autism, because waiting for the obvious symptoms means missing the window. Let's look at some of the core features of autism spectrum disorder. Now, these children have deficits in social communication and reciprocity. They have deficits or reduced back and forth interaction. They have limited sharing of interests or emotions, and they have difficulty in initiating or sustaining friendship. Now, impaired verbal and non-verbal communication also may be highly affected. Most of these children have a poor eye-to-eye contact and limited use of body language. Some of these children may have sensory sensitivities, stereotyped repetitive movements, inflexible behavior, and fixated interest in unusual objects. Now, let us see what the neuroscience says. If you take the MRI of an autistic child and a neurotypical child, both will look perfectly identical. Now, it has been hypothesized that the neuronal circuits which govern the social interaction and reciprocity are thought to differ, leaving these children with impaired capacity to socially communicate and reciprocate. There is a very interesting experiment known as the eye tracking studies in children with autism spectrum disorder. When these children are shown an image of a world map alongside a couple, a neurotypical children will fixate on the human face, whereas children with ASD instead fixate elsewhere, often drawn to a particular color or shape. The incidence of autism spectrum disorder is rapidly rising. 20 years ago, it was 1 in 150, and in the last year and in this year, the incidence is reported to be 1 in 36. This reflects both a greater awareness about the disease, perhaps a broader diagnostic criteria, or perhaps even a true increase in the number of cases. Intervention. Children with ASD don't learn the way we conventionally teach. They require different individualized teaching approach. I conduct naturalistic developmental behavioral intervention, training for mothers, enabling early intervention for family who cannot access specialized centers in metropolitan cities. Thank you.